we're trying to assess the abilities of not only where Michael and David have improved, but to see where Philip is as well. So our practices are constructed that perhaps in a 7-on-7 we'll have 2 huddles, get multiple reps to try to service the ability to see these guys under action.
Yeah, well, last year was a huge year for us in a lot of ways, not just because it was an 8-win season, but because of the foundation that was laid by those older guys and the precedent that's set for the type of work ethic we need here and that kind of thing. So the guys that step in now are, the guys my age and even the year older, those fifth-year guys that are going to have to take the reins there and be the leaders and continue on what those guys have left behind, which was really important for our program.
As effective as you were last year?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's always tough, especially replacing some guys that were as good as Conrad, Jenkins, and Cam. I mean, those guys were unbelievable both on the field and off the field as leaders. So it's never going to be easy to replace guys like that, but we're doing our best, and luckily we did have a lot of guys last year that were able to play and get some valuable experience. Myself, Billy, Will, Brent, other guys like that, and we're going to bring along these young guys to do the same thing and let them understand what it takes to be that way and be like we were last year. Extremely important. That's been a huge focus this summer. Pass rush is going to be huge for us this year, especially, last year we didn't have the best pass rush. We had a few good games when we did it well, but overall we were a below-average pass rush team, and we were able to be bailed out by a really good secondary last year, which was great. And our secondary is going to be good this year too, but they are inexperienced, and so it's more the experience kind of shifts more to the D-line and the linebackers to now get pressure on the quarterback and force more bad throws and try to help out our younger secondary.
We understood that one game wasn't going to define our entire season, so we kind of looked at the season as a whole and looked at the positives, and we got to keep building off those and go in. And we know we're going to have a little bit bigger target on our back this year. We can't sneak up on teams, but we're ready for that, and we understand we just got to focus that much more each week. We kind of embraced underdog role. I like that. We played that role all last season. So I think as long as we have inner team belief and guys understand what we can do and we believe in each other, then that's all we need. So like I said, we kind of embraced the underdog role, and I kind of like it.
Doing that again at some point?
I could see myself being in a situation where you want to play more than one. It's not the most comfortable thing, but when it's the right thing for your team, you have to do it. And we clearly felt at times last year that we had to do it because it made us better. We felt like David had something to offer that had to play. We felt like not only would it help us produce offensively, but it would help develop him as a player. And if you remember, at the end of the 2010 season, we played Michael Rocco in games, in the first half of the games at the end of the year to help him develop as a player. So I think you have to handle it on a case-by-case basis. I don't know what will happen. I don't have an opinion today because I don't have to, so I'll just let it play. It's hard enough when you have to decide. When you don't have to decide yet, just make a great plan of how you're going to get there and then evaluate as you go.
To play offensive line, you got to be a different breed, I think. Just to want to get down and really demolish somebody and really, embrace your presence on them is something you grow up being. So just to have me and Morgan, anchoring the offensive line, as well as, Luke Bowenko and, Matt Mahalik, Connor Davis, all these other guys who've been working really hard all summer, just, know that they share that same tenacity is crucial. It's extremely important, not only for, us seniors, but as well as the program, just to know that we're still building the right steps. We had a good season last year, but we're definitely not okay with just being 8-5. We know we are capable of doing a lot better. We had guys stay here for 12 weeks of training over summer to prove that. And just individual work as well as group work with our positions just definitely paid off. And for sure, we're going to build off of last year. Just, so people definitely don't think it was just a one-time hit and that we're not just, a one-time year team, but we're actually building a program in the right direction every year.
Well, one of the things that I really wanted to accomplish this summer is I sat down with Coach E and Randy Bird, our nutritionist, and the biggest thing is I wanted to lose weight but maintain the strength. So, playing in the trenches, you got to be able to be strong and just fight them 300-pounders and stuff like that. So, it just came down to, maturing and stuff. It was a mental aspect that, I couldn't eat fried food no more, couldn't go to McDonald's for the late night meal and, just cutting all those things down. And it just allowed me to, get faster, leaner, flexible. It just all those great things that linemen need. You know, great footwork, and it just allowed me to just enhance those things. I was talking about it earlier about they got us ranked 5th in the poll right now, and you just sit back, you chuckle at it and you just take your seat that they give you, and then when it's time for us to shine, you just surprise them, you just shock them, you just look at the face that they make like, oh, they did this, and you just like, hey, that's what we expect you to do, that's why we work hard.